Fuck, I think we're good. No, I don't know. I think we're good now. Testing, yeah, we're good. Microphone's working. Hey, we're live now. That's great. Um, how are you all doing out there? Good, I hope. It's a hot day. Um, so yeah, got a bit to talk about. So to start with, I'm going to talk about relationships because I think there's a lot of single guys out there. They need to kind of hear this stuff and they need to see this stuff for themselves because there's this whole, there's a lot of stigma with Western women not liking Western men, and I'll agree to that. That seems to be the case. And look, if they want to be like that, that's fine. Look, I just want to show you, demonstrate with El Fingero. So we'll first load up one of them. All right. Now I know for a fact that I'm not going to get a like because I can already see that there are no likes on my thing. Right. So I can see that. Now, this is how a guy does it, right? Go away, you. So, oh, oops, I broke it. God, how many of these stupid things are there? Right, I'm still going. Still swiping. I just want you to see, so you can already see that, right? Like, piss off wherever that is. Whatever. No, go away, whatever. See, I don't actually. Oh, okay. So I ran out of likes there. All right, okay, cool, that's done. So no matches. Oh no, what a shame. And just so you can see messages. Oh look, there's no messages. You know what? Big surprise, everyone. Big surprise. Now let's go into Bumble because that's the other popular one in Australia. Now apparently there's 3 likes on this one. There's 3 likes on this profile. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's go through it again. Let's do the same thing. We're not looking, right? This is how it's done. It's how guys do it. You don't look. You just swipe. That's it. No looking. Don't worry about what they are. Just swipe, 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 swipe. Oh, piss off, whatever it is. Swipe, 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 swipe. Swiping, swiping, swiping. Oh no, I think we're out of likes. Huh? Are we out of likes? Oh, I broke it. Yeah. Let me just try that again, just so we can be sure that I broke it. Whatever it is. Out of likes. Oh no! No, there's no matches. What is this? Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. No real surprise. Now, when I went on this Filipino Cupid, let's have a look at that. 61 messages of people. 61 messages. So average guy me, that all the chicks in Australia think I'm total shit and don't want to have anything to do with, yeah, apparently in the other parts of the world, 61 people in the space of a week who I have not replied to because there was more messages. I just replied to them. Want to talk to me? Does that even compute? Does that just demonstrate how delusional and stupid the Western women really are? I mean, I don't know what truck they fell off, but bloody hell, like. And these Western women's go on like their pussycat is the only thing that matters to guys, and that's all we care about. And and that they've got something special that other chicks don't have. Well, I'm sorry, but just like a guy's got a twig and berries, All women around the world have pussycats, and you're not unique there. You're not special there. You don't have something that makes us go, oh, I can't get that somewhere else. Like, what? I mean, who do you people think you are? Like, seriously. So 61 people in the space of a week think I'm good enough for them. But in Australia, nobody wants to talk to you. I mean, that actually demonstrates how messed up the dating scene is in Australia. This country is going to hell. I'm telling you, the Western women will see that the Western population is not reproduced. Men will go elsewhere. That's proof. And by the way, I've been talking to one girl who I really, really like because she's like a really nice girl. I mean, see that? And I don't want to talk to the other girls. I don't want to talk. I'm talking to this one. I'm happy talking to this one. You know, like I really like this girl. I think she's a really good girl. I think she's got good days and everything. So, yeah, I'm just saying. Suck my balls. No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That. You know. That's the space of a week. 1 week. I'm just an average guy. Look, I'm not a bad-looking guy. I'm not doing bad. I mean, I would probably rate myself on the attraction level like a 7 out of 10. And you might say, that's pretty high. No, because financially I'm doing okay. I have my own house. I take care of myself physically. Like I'm working on myself to improve myself. Like not just look-wise, but like just in general as well. I have a nice car. Not that I think that really matters. I think I have a decent personality. I'm a nice guy. I'm funny. Like I take care of myself. I can cook. I can clean. I can. I don't need somebody watching over me to to entertain me. Like like I can look after other people. Like I'm just saying, people. Like I'm just saying, like. So as far as all that goes, and I'm young enough, I still got a full head of hair. I mean, come on, I'm not that bad. A 7 out of 10 is not an unrealistic thing to sort of say. That's how I'd rate myself. Like, yeah, I think if I was in better shape, like I think if I was in like as fit as I was when I was about 30, 32, yeah, maybe I could rate myself higher, but I'm not there yet. I've got a long way to go. But yeah, look, I'm just saying, like, if that was how you wanted to view things, yeah, like, for his money, love for his money. No one's loving me for my money. I'm not rich. There's no money to be loved for. So, anyway, look, I'm just saying, you guys out there who have been hanging on like I did with the expectation that these single women out there in Western countries will somehow see the good in you, which you would think they would at some point in time. They would stop being retarded and chasing bad boys and idiots and assholes and going, oh, these people aren't actually wanting to connect with me in any shape or form. Well, duh! I mean, Jesus Christ, people! God, are you that stupid? Like, do you really need it beat into your brain with a stick? I mean, Christ. What do you think these guys want, and what do you think they're just there for? If you really want a serious connection, look for a serious person. Don't look for a child who acts like a child, who just shows up for sex or whenever they want. I mean, what do you think that kind of person is? It's an immature brat. They're not a man. They're a boy. That's all they will be. They're just a boy in a man's body. And then when you get a real man standing in front of you saying, hey, I'll protect you, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll look after you, and then you turn around and say, fuck off. You know what that says to a lot of people? That says, you know what, fuck you too. You know what, fuck you too, because you ain't worth it. You ain't worth the fucking effort. You're just not. And you're going to find out that you'll be a bunch of cat ladies. There's going to be look, I hope you like Persians. I hope you like minx cats and lap cats. Because you know what? You're going to find out what real loneliness feels like. That's what you Western women are looking forward to. And I can tell you from personal experience, personal friggin' experience. I spent the majority of my adult life alone. I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought that's why. I didn't realize that you were all messed up in the head and you had been hit in the head with a brick when you were young. But hey, look, I'm just saying, like, yeah, look, okay. So, look, I'll just say, I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. What was I talking about? Being hit in the head with a brick. Real loneliness. That's right. So I'm going to say it. Listen, real loneliness, you might turn around and say, oh, that's all right. I can live alone. I'm happy. Yeah, that works for the first year, maybe. Maybe you sleep around. Maybe you meet a few people. Maybe you don't. Next year rolls by. No one's there. Next year rolls by. No one's there. Next year rolls by. You get sick. No one's there. No one cares. No one wants to talk to you. No one wants to know. You tell them your problem, they just go, your problem. I don't care. Piss off. Like, your feelings don't matter. Your emotions don't matter. And by the way, you get sick. No one ain't going to go visit you in the hospital. Or you have, you get like real sick and you end up in the hospital. No one's coming. No one's going to take you down there. No one's going to look after your house. No one's going to look after your pets. No one's going to look after shit. You are F word. Yeah. And guess what? That's it. So if you don't have friends, if you don't have people that care about you, nobody cares. No one at all. So tough. That's it. And you might think, oh yeah, but so like, oh, that's all great. You know, you won't say that after 5 years. Try doing it for 17 years. Then you will know. All right. So don't tell me that you know about what real loneliness is. And eventually, women, you're going to go clinically insane and you'll end up in a hospital. And I'm telling you that because as a guy, we don't break like you women do. You women have no mental fortitude whatsoever. I'll give you 3 years and you break. 3 by yourself. 3 years and you've just gone. You've gone, what the hell? I hate the world. I hate everything. I'm super depressed. I want to die. Blah, whatever. Like, I'm telling you now, you do not have the mental fortitude a man has. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm telling you the freaking truth because you're so emotional. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Yeah, come here, push. Come here. Hello. Come here. I don't run away. There you are. She's just here to calm me down. Aren't you? Yes, you are. Say hello to the camera. No. Want to sit on my lap? Want to sit on the chair next to me? Did you go eat your food? Hmm? You go eat. Connect. You sit there. You sit on the bunk. Where was it? That's right. That's a tuxedo cat, by the way, girls. They're a good cat. You can get one of those as well. Very friendly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, you girls don't have the mental fortitude that man does. You couldn't possibly understand real pain sometimes when you've never really spent any length of time on your own. You've never ever experienced true hardship most of the time. I mean, most of you might turn to, oh, yes, I have. Compared to us men, no, you haven't. You don't even understand. You don't get it. You don't know. You just have no idea. Life isn't handed to us because we got boobs and ass and that, you know? Like, people don't give us a free ride. We get by purely on our skills and talents. You understand the difference? We get by because we are capable of getting by. That's the difference. Like, I know you girls don't really get it. I know you must think I'm an a-hole for saying that. I don't care, all right? Everyone's an a-hole from time to time. Everyone is. But I'm telling you now, that is neither here nor there. Like, yeah. Look, I really hope the guys out there can see the benefit of looking elsewhere in the world. If you want to hang around. Don't run off. Look, come here. Here. There. Happy? Look, I'll put the camera. See? Here. Come on, man. Be a YouTube star, cat. She's standing in front of the screen. I can't actually see what's in there. So, yeah. No, don't knock over my beer. I know you want to, but you're not knocking over my beer. Yeah, so all I'm saying is knock over the camera. What you doing that for? Stop being a pest. Well, actually, you can. Yeah, be a pest. Be a pest. You can be a pest. Yeah, so that's a tuxedo cat, girls. So you can get yourself a tuxedo cat. They're pretty good. Yeah, I think some people want a Maine Coon. All I'll say is, if you get a Maine Coon, they poop really big. So if you like cleaning up poop, yeah, all good. All right. So all I'm saying is, yeah, yeah. So you can get yourself one of these. These are good cats. All right. Yeah. Anyway, so that's relationship stuff. Look, I'm not trying to be anti-women, but I'm not anti-woman, obviously, but I just think that these Western women, I mean, they need some serious, like, reevaluation of their life, kind of thing. Like, I just think a lot of them, they're so delusional. They're not just delusional, like they just have no concept. And even when you tell them the truth and say, hey, this is how it really, really is, there's no BS about this. This is the truth. People, like, men aren't 6 foot. That's on average. But, like, that isn't the average height. And height shouldn't even matter. And if you're thinking about protection, all that stuff, telling you now, height has absolutely nothing to do with that. Girls, I have seen a 5'4" dude throw a dude about my height. So I'm 5'9", but this dude was about 100, 110 kilos easy, and he just flipped him straight on his back, smacked him into the ground in one hit. I've personally seen that, so I know. Well, actually, I can tell you from personal experience that, like, size really has nothing to do with whether or not you can fight. It's the fight in the dog that matters, not the fight out. There's protection. Look, I've seen a lot of big guys out there, bunch of pussies. You know what? Bunch of pussies. We used to have this guy I used to work with, 6'2", 110 kilos at least, 100 kilos. He got attacked with a whippersnapper once at night when, we're doing security. We all laughed about it. We thought it was funny. But he came in to work after a knife-proof vest. Hilarious stuff, really. We all thought that was even more funny. But yeah, he wouldn't go to work without this nitro vest. Lasted another 2 or 3 months, and then he was gone. You know how much I weighed back then? I was 55 kilos. I would storm into a building when something happened. All right, it's not the size of the person; it's the fight in the dog, girls. It's the fight in the dog. If the guy has no fight, you can just forget him having any self-defense, protection, whatever. Like, he's just pussy. That's it. Like, seriously, physical size has nothing to do with your ability to protect yourself. If you don't have the mental capacity to do that, you won't. I know plenty of big guys who are a bunch of pussies. I do. I think they're nice guys, but they're a bunch of pussies. When confronted, they're not going to do shit, and they never will, because they don't. They're scared of getting hurt. They're scared of getting in trouble. Whatever. Like, they're not going to do anything. That's how it is. So, yeah. So don't tell me that, being 6 foot or over or whatever, you're going to protect a bunch of people. No, not all the time, right? Not all the time. That's not how it works. And yeah, and look, I've got this thing on my thing saying chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Successfully chat connected, and it just keeps doing that. Now I don't know why it keeps doing that, but I don't want anything like that. But what was that thing from that movie? Starfingers. It's from that movie. You know the one, and they're doing the choreography thing, and they're doing this dance routine, and they're all doing the jazz hands or something. Wait, let's see if we can do it together. Wait, how do they dance? Like a right. So anyway, I'm telling you now, guys, if you want to meet a girl, so if you're a single guy and you want to meet a girl, stop wasting your time with these Western dating apps. Please do yourself a favor and look outside of the West. Okay, I will tell you, I kind of expected this to take a while. So I paid for a year subscription, which was like $200, right? So you might say, oh, that's a lot of money. It was. But the 3-month subscription was like $100, so it didn't really make sense to do only 3 months, especially if you start talking to someone and get to know someone and then you can't talk to them. That's kind of dumb. So I thought, I'll pay for a year, because what if it takes me a while to meet someone? I'm talking to someone from a different country. I can't expect that they're just going to like me, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so I, that was Monday. I subscribed Monday, and I've been talking to this really nice girl, Catholic girl. She's a bit of a shorty. I would say, I don't know. She says she's about 4'10", so she's not. So I'm kind of a giant compared to her, but look, I can look past. But it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Height doesn't mean anything to me, and weight, it's not really that important. What matters is what you have here. And she seems like a really nice girl. When I said to her, look, I don't have my passport sorted yet, and it's going to take me some time to do that. So how about we just talk and get to know each other? She was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, let's do that. And, she seems like she's just a really nice girl. And yeah, she's a Catholic girl, speaks good English, works, not asked me for money or anything. So yeah, I know once I can be serious and get things sorted, like which I'm trying to do. I've got the money to go there. I've got the holiday leave to go there. I can do it. It's not an issue. I want to meet her first before we go any further. And if all goes well, Stevie might be in a serious relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, things might actually be real. I tell you what, it's been a long journey, a really, really long journey. And I can't believe there could be some light at the end of the tunnel. And I could actually be happy, maybe even have a family. Like, You know, that would probably make me one of the happiest men on earth. Yes. Well, what do you want me to do? You want me to stop talking? I don't want to stop talking. I like talking. Yeah. Yeah. Come here. Don't wander off. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, don't wander off. No, don't go over there. Sit on my arm. My arm is comfortable. See? Like that. No? No. All right. Yeah. This video should be called Interrupted by the Cat. But, come here. Yeah. Like that scratch, don't you? She likes them when you go like that. Yeah. Do you? So don't. So yeah, there could be some light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that goes to show, like all these years in Australia, thinking that I've been holding out, thinking an Australian girl might like me and see me for who I am and what I am, and might even love me. But apparently, I cannot be loved in this country. That is impossible. Apparently, I'm scum to these girls. According to Home Math, I don't even register as a human. I'm just a servant thing of nothingness to these girls, which I find hilarious because most of these girls that act like that, they'd be lucky to be a 6 or a 3. Like, you're kind of like, what do you have going for you? What are you doing for yourself? And like I said, if all you are is talking about putting out, you do understand that a guy can get that literally anywhere. Like, if I wanted, I'd get that today, right now. That wouldn't be difficult for me. But I'm just saying, if that's what you think controls us, you'd be dead wrong. Yeah. Guys have sort of developed past that point, so don't think that we're so mentally immature that all we can think about is sex. Like, we are beyond that, so don't think that that's the only thing that matters to us. I want to know if I can have a genuine connection with someone. That's genuinely what I care about. Yeah. Look, I'm just saying, it's not an impossibility to actually care about Western guys' girls. It's not. It's not an impossibility for you to look past your own egos and see that there are plenty of good guys out there. And if you don't wise up, you'll get past an age where having kids is really on the guy's minds. Like, they'll be like, I really can't have a family with this girl because if I do, she's past 36, 38, and I'll get I'll get a Down syndrome kid, or I'll get a kid with like some sort of disability or something. Like, that's what will happen because that's the genetics and the that's the thing. Like, you can't wait and expect a guy to wait as well. Like, by that stage, like, a guy doesn't want to have a Down syndrome kid. I'm sure there's a lot of nice people out there with Down syndrome, but I'm just saying, like, most people don't want to have to deal with that. So, yeah, like, it's just reality. Like, a guy is not going to look for a 36, 38, plus girl on the risk that that's what's going to happen. If there's something that can sort of prevent that, yeah, but, like, it's probably not. Like, that's the realism on that. Like, yeah, look. And if you don't think guys don't think about that, yeah, we do. Absolutely, we do. All right, like, we do think about having a family and being a dad, and having someone to love us and be with, and teach all our skills too. Like, we want to teach kids all our skills. I want to be able to have a kid and give them the life I never could have, right? Not just financially, but like, be the dad that I never had. do the skills, do the things that I like. Be there for the kids, do what my family never did for me, and just be there and support me, and not put me down all the time. And not put all the kids. I would never do that. No violence. I hate violence. I friggin' hate violence. I am very capable of doing violence, right? I am very humanly capable. I contain all that because I don't need to use it, number one. And number two, it's, that's not a proof of being a man. Like, being able to be violent is not a manly skill. It doesn't make you a better man. And number three, it's cowardly to pick on people weaker than you. And number four, violence only leads to people getting hurt. That's it. It doesn't have any other thing about it. You only use it when you absolutely have to, and there's no other choice. So, as far as all that goes, yeah, look, I hate violence. I can't stand it. As far as, I like combat sports. That's different. They're sports. But when it talks to real bang, you're picking stuff up and smashing someone in the head with it, or whatever, or something, you are really trying to hurt someone. I don't like that. I genuinely don't like that. It's not like a game. It's, you're really trying to do someone damage, and I just don't like having to do that. I try to keep all that in me to a bare absolute minimum, if not never to be seen again. Some girls out there think I'm a nice guy, and I am a nice guy, and I really try to be. Absolutely. And then they think that makes me a pussy. Well, I'm sorry, but I didn't grow up that way. I'm not a pussy. I just don't like using violence. I hate it. I hate getting angry. I hate shouting at people. I hate all that stuff. I hate hurting people. I really, really hate hurting people. I don't want to do that. That is not something that I want to be remembered for. I don't want to be remembered for that. I know I won't live forever. And I don't want people to think of me like that kind of guy. I am not that guy. I want to be a good man. That's what I want to be. So if you think that's what, that makes me not a bad boy or whatever, look, I could easily be an a-hole. I could easily hurt people. I choose not to because I don't want to. I'm not that guy anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm not capable of doing it. I'm just saying. There's a lot of guys that think the same. That doesn't make them weak. That makes them strong. It takes strength to not do something. It's easy to succumb to weakness. It's hard to resist and be resilient and to put your foot down and say, this is what's going to happen. And we're not going to have any ifs or ups about it, but this is it. And as far as all the negative shit, like punching each other and hurting each other, that ain't going to happen. We're not going down that road. We're doing this another way. That takes real strength. All right? And I tell you, it would be easy in life if all our problems could be solved by punching them. Believe me, I really wish that was the case sometimes. There's definitely times I wish, geez, I'd love to be able to just punch that bill, or I would be able to punch that problem. And bam, the problem's solved. And even if it hits me back, no problem, because bang, I can hit it and it can hit me back. But it's something I can do, something I understand. But you know what I'm saying? That would be the easy thing. But it's certainly not the thing that we should all be thinking about. So in other news, I have lost another kilo. At least I think I'm down to about 82. So in total, I've actually lost about close to 10 kilograms since coming off mirtazapine and going on to sertraline. So that gives you an idea. I was on the strongest dose of mirtazapine, so you couldn't actually get it any stronger. The trouble was mirtazapine, I was on it for about 8 years, and but obviously making me fat, and I'm trying to lose weight. I didn't really want to get fat. The sleeping, I'm using melatonin to help me sleep because it's a natural one. It has been working, but because I do night shift, it kind of can throw a bit of a wrench in all of that, but that's okay. So yeah, look, it's going to take time. Like you don't come off a sleeping pill like retazepine and so years and then suddenly get your sleep patterns back. Like your brain doesn't just switch over like that. So look, I knew it was going to be a bit of a tough journey, and I'm getting there. Like mentally, I'm feeling a lot better. Like I said, I was on the strongest dose of mirtazapine. I'm on the lowest dose of sertraline, and I actually feel really good, right? And a lot more motivated than I was, and mentally I feel great, and I feel like myself. Like I feel like I've got my emotions back a lot, and nothing's being suppressed. Nothing's being nothing. Like I actually feel like a human again, so that's good. And yeah, look, all I'll say is that I wasn't really expecting like a change like that. I just thought losing weight and just so I wasn't going loopy or nothing. So yeah, like I actually feel pretty good, and that's good. So I'm just saying. Uh, Interestingly enough, I haven't actually stepped up my workout routine, which is what I was meant to do this week. I just sort of had a bit of a lazy week. Bad Stephen, I know. Not being consistent, bad Stephen, I know. But it is what it is. Look, I am slowly building back up into workout. Like it's not going to be a simple, I want to do this, so it's going to happen. Like when you haven't trained in like 5 years, it just doesn't things don't immediately get back into psychotic episodes of training, like 6 days a week, training till you're absolutely buggered and there's nothing left. Look, I don't expect to get back down to about 72 kilos when I was super fit. I'm actually hoping to get down to about 75, but I'm getting there. So like I'm down to about 82 and a half. So yeah, I'm getting there. And so I've still probably got about 7 kilos to go. But because I haven't really been working out, it's just been more about diet this week. It just goes to show you how more important diet is to exercise. Diet is just insanely more important. When health professionals tell you that, or workout professionals like nutritionists and professional trainers, they tell you, look, hey, you should be focused more on your diet, and 70% is your diet and 30% is your workout. That's right, so don't think they're wrong. Like yeah, it's because we can work out more than we can focus on our diet. That's generally why we do, because we tend to think it's something I can control. I can control how much effort I put into my workouts. Like obviously that's the big thing there. Try to get stronger. When you're building up from 5 years of not training, don't push yourself too hard. Just do little bit, little bit, little bit. Don't expect it to be a 2-year journey, maybe even before you get to seeing serious results, if that's what you want. Personally, I'm not really going for that. I'm 38 years old. I'm probably past middle age. Look, when I bought my car, I was 33, and I thought my Commodore that I got, and I thought to myself, look, I've always wanted a V8 sedan, 6-speed manual car, right? That's what I wanted. I saw the Super V8s on the TV. That's what I wanted. I wanted a Ford growing up in a Ford family, but Fords were shit. So they were just so plastic and cheap, and people wanted too much money for them. They were just garbage cars. Look, I'll tell you, the Fords that I was looking at so there would have been between 2005 and 2018. So all the Ford V8s at that time were trash. All right, they're trash cars. Wouldn't buy them. Wouldn't have anything to do with them. Like if you have a Ford V8, they're not going to be classic. They're garbage cars. Wouldn't have anything to do with them. Trash, poorly made, poorly designed, all plastic inside. Nothing about them really screams real quality, and that's half the issue. So I got me a Holden, and I thought to myself, hey, I finally got what I want. You know what I didn't think at the time? It makes me think maybe I'll only live to 66. It was a midlife crisis car, wasn't it? And I said I would never buy a midlife crisis car. How sad is that? How friggin' sad is that? So if I live to 66, there you go. Car has went to turn and what half your age will be. But hey, look, I'm just telling you, that was one of those things I thought, oh my God, how did I end up doing that? I became a stereotype. How did I become a friggin' stereotype? Not what I was going for. I've never tried to be a stereotype or whatever. Like, I've always just tried to be like, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so yeah, all I can say is I'm feeling good about life right now. I even actually, goes out to Atheism Defended, which I saw his. I used to be right into that militant atheist stuff. I'm not really an atheist. I'm a Christian, so go f yourself, atheist. But maybe I should be a militant Christian as like the end. but, but anyway, I will tell you. So Raoul popped up in my chats, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I looked at it, he's like, oh, yeah, he was saying some stuff, and I was like, oh, who is this? Who from my past is talking to, like, clicked on his channel, had a look, I was like, that's Raoul. Me and Raoul used to be good friends. He hates me for some reason, to be honest. I actually never did anything to him personally. Like, he actually asked me to betray him and spy on the other side. I did at the time, and then I would feed that information back to him. But then he gave me the middle finger and basically betrayed me. So I was like, oh, okay, real great friend there. But so as far as that goes, Raoul, you being angry at me literally makes no sense. Me being angry at you makes a lot more sense. But since I'm not that guy and I'm not into anger, and I forgive you, all right? I forgive you. You're an a-hole, but I forgive you. And you know what? You seem to be a grumpy a-hole, so enjoy your grumpiness, because yeah, it's more to life than being an old grump. You got your guitar, maybe you should practice some songs or something. I don't know. You seem to be good at that, so do that. Anyway, so he was sort of saying, oh, karma and this, and I'm thinking, what are you talking about, man? Like, my life is doing all right. Like, I got my house, talking to a chick, like, I've got a good job that I love, and I'm happy in life. Like, what's not to love? What's not to like? You can hate yourself all you want. I'm not going to. I'm a good person. I worked hard and I earned my respect. Not everyone respects me, but maybe I haven't earned that respect from them yet. Maybe they will in the future. The only thing I haven't accomplished that I would like would be to be the Prime Minister of Australia. And you might say, what? Yeah, look, I've wanted to be the Prime Minister for a long time, but I'm not. I'm just a regular guy. Regular guys don't become Prime Minister. Like Stephen the nurse is not going to go and be the Prime Minister. Even though I would fix all the friggin' problems in this country, I would do it for you in a heartbeat. You're never going to give me the power to do it, so that's fine. It is what it is. You all think I'm insane, and I'm not going to. I'll kill us all. I won't do that. But my only goal would be to make sure that the average person had a good life, and that all the issues that we are faced with today are generally dealt with. My biggest focus would be the justice system. I am very strongly feeling that I would very much like to make the justice system modernized. And the way how I would do it is I would get maybe 5 or 10 judges, active judges. I would get 5 or 10 lawyers. I'd get 5 or 10 cops, and I would get 5 or 10 civil people, like just randoms off the street, whatever. And I would say, right, this is our committee. Let us start going through this once a month, whatever, or once every 6 months. And we're going to go through all the different laws. Then we're going to look at what's wrong and what's working. And we're going to look at what the community actually expects from us. And how are we going to make sure that we are meeting the standards and expectations of the Australian community? Are we meeting the expectations of the average person? Yes or no? Simple as that. And then we're going to break it down and then go to take it to Parliament and say, hey, this is what the committee has come up with. This is what we'd like to change. What would you like to do? I mean, that's basically it. Let's look. And when it comes to the economy, I would be like, right, I'm going to get the experts from the universities. I'm going to get the experts from business, like the mining companies and the farms and whatnot. I'm going to get the experts from the stock market, and we're going to sit down, like all the people that have a relative influence on the economy, and we're going to go, hey, let's have a look at what's going on, what's working, what isn't working. Same deal. What does the Australian community expect from us? Where do we want to be in 10 years' time? You know, what are our goals in that time as the government and the private? Like, how are we going to meet those expectations that we are setting out for ourselves? I would seriously treat it like that. That's how I would do it. I do it as a board type of deal. Like, everything would get seen by experts. Like, I wouldn't be there making all the decisions going, oh, we're going to do this. Because I know I'm not that smart. And I know that I'm just, in fact, I'm probably pretty dumb. But like, when it comes to it, yeah, look, I would say you've got to look to the smart people or community to work on. And look, as far as things go, look, my focus would not be on military. I don't think Australia has no enemies at this current point in time. Who do we have that wants to kill us other than Muslims? No one. So that being the case, why are we so focused on military? Why can't we focus on curing cancer, on curing AIDS, on creating new technologies to detect things, on working on mental health so that we are the leaders in solving mental health crisis? Rehabilitation programs so we can get people on their feet and back to work a lot faster. Like, you know, why aren't we focused on real, actual issues that affect everyday Australians? Why are we focused on such pointless shit like blowing each other up? Why is that important? That is not important. Nobody gives a shit about blowing each other up. Nobody. I'm telling you that right now. I don't care about it. The person down the street doesn't care about it. You don't care about it. Nobody cares about it. It's not important. There are other more important things. All right? You know, there's another thing I would do. There's a lot of entertainment people and artists out there, like, and I would look to try and build my own Hollywood in Australia, like literally set like a town or something, and say, hey, look, we're going to set this up, and there's going to be like big studios and streets and like all sorts of things, like a Hollywood, and we're going to have it here. Like, I'd probably put it in. You know what? Melbourne gets everything. So I'm going to say that it would go to Brisbane, because screw Melbourne and screw Sydney. All right? Because they get everything. So I will say it's going to Brisbane, because F you, Melbourne and Sydney, you get everything, and you waste all the money and you've done nothing with it. One thing I'll say about WA over all the other shite states out there, look, I will tell you, shite states, I'm telling you right now, you have given us nothing compared to you guys. We didn't get $10 billion to build roads and other things to save commuters 10 minutes in Melbourne, right? We didn't get that. We got water crisis here and things like that, but that doesn't matter. Like, people drinking and living it means nothing to you Melbourneites, and we in Western Australia, because we've got less of a population, should have less money, right? But we've got the biggest state in all of the country. Like, our side of the country literally takes up half. We're like half of the country, literally half. And no, we don't deserve money. But I am telling you, with a little amount of money that you have given us federally, we have done 10 times more than you guys have over in the East. You guys in the East suck some serious balls on how to spend money and how to utilize money properly. As far as efficiency and cohesion and expectations and success goes, WA smashes you, followed by Queensland. The rest of you suck. The rest of you, especially you, Adelaide, especially you suck even worse than Victoria and Sydney. You and your hippie bunch over there, bunch of do-gooders that do nothing. Go suck on a lemon, bunch of useless do-gooders. Go get a job. Go do something useful. You always get the military contracts for the ships, but all the ships are built in WA. So go suck my balls on that. Like, seriously, you get nothing. You get nothing. As far as I'm concerned, WA should get all the shipbuilding contracts because you guys do nothing with it. You sit there and we get all this. What have you done with it? What ships have come out of Adelaide? None. They're all trash. All the good stuff comes out of WA. Trash. So with the less amount of money, and you can look that up statistically, right? The less amount of money, WA has creamed it. We get less money and we creamed a lot of you like you're nothing. That should show you how much better we are than the rest of you states. We are awesome and you are not awesome. That is what I'm saying. I'm saying with the less money and the less ability, we have less people, and yet we still do more. And you're still focused on crap, right? Like I said, there's a water crisis in this country. We need desalination plants. We need dams. We need infrastructure for housing. We need power stations. And look, you're talking about closing coal power and everything. What are you planning to replace it with? Because I don't see anything coming up. Nothing at all. I don't see wind farms. I don't see solar. I don't see geothermal. I don't see tidal power. I don't see nuclear. I don't see gas. I don't see hydro. I see literally nothing. Nothing at all. So don't say you're going to replace coal and this. You're not. You're not done shit. You haven't gone to send our people off to America or England or Germany or whatever to learn some skills and go, hey, we need nuclear power, so we need to learn how to build that shit. Then those people are going to bring it back and teach us how to build that shit. Then we're going to build that shit. But no, you've done none of that. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And then you expect us to be like, oh, so what are you going to do? Well, you ain't going to do nothing. That's what you're going to do. You're going to do nothing. That's what you've always done. So as far as that all goes, that's what I mean. Like if I was the Prime Minister, my priorities would be so much more than the shite that we have now. The shite that we have now is just dumb. Let's focus on, social issues. Really, the social issues fix the economy and inflation. The social issues lower the prices of things and make people's lives more sustainable and equitable for everyone. The social issues fix literally anything in the workplace or improve the country in any way? Absolutely not. It's all trash. It's all friggin' trash to divert your mind and your emotions and take your mind from the real problems, because they don't want you to be thinking about the real problems. They always want you to be going, oh, I'm not going to actually deal with the real problems. And that's why Australia never accomplishes anything, because we're always so focused on garbage. Well, if we stop focusing on garbage and actually focus on fixing real issues, yeah, look, as far as this whole, the government talking about fixing Aboriginal issues in the Northern Territory and inner cities and whatnot, look, in the inner cities, they don't really have a problem, but as far as the Northern Territory and remote Australia, yeah, of course, there is a problem. But you've got to look at what it is. It's remote Australia and a place where there's no infrastructure and there's no real anything, nothing. It's too hot out there. No one wants to live out there. So, look, as far as all that goes, if you actually address the real problems and go, hey, this is the issues that is facing these people, and let's not just throw money at it. Let's bring people up here. Let's put infrastructure in place. Let's fix it. When they destroy homes, when you go, here's a $400,000 home for free that no white person would ever get because they are white scum. Like, they're white dogs, why would they ever get what we're giving you for free and you never have to work for in your entire life? Like, why would we, as a people, and then you burn it down and spit in our face and this is not good enough? Well, you know what? I'm just saying, if we actually listened to the Aboriginal people and said, hey, what kind of house do you want? They would say gazebo with a fire pit in the middle. That's what they want. Maybe some side walls to keep the wind off them, but that's what they want. Why not just build them that? It cost you 10 grand. It just build out of tin, brick, whatever. Make it a nice gazebo. But that's all they want. They don't want a house like this. I mean, why are we fighting the obvious? Why why are we arguing with the people that just keep destroying the nice homes that we give them and things? What is the literal point? Stop doing stupid things, Australia. Stop expecting other people to live up to the standards of white people. They're not going to. They don't want to. They want to live like squalor. All right, give them squalor. That's it. Not complicated. Not complicated at all. Like, these are just the common sense thinking, right? I'm not saying they're bad people or anything. I'm just saying their lifestyle, they don't want what we got. They want what they got, and they want it differently. And that's fine. Give them that, and they'll stop wrecking it. All right? Give them that and stop wrecking it. It's that simple. It's that friggin' simple. How do we always end up talking about politics? I hate politics. Politics are boring. Here's a funny story to give you an idea before we go. So I was talking about this with the guys at the Rifle Club last night. I was talking about like how my dad back in the day, we used to live in Derby, and then like he'd either go to Port Hedland or Broome for work or something, or whatever. And you know, that to us wasn't a big deal. When you live at Derby, Broome's actually 700 k's away, but you don't think about it, right? Like, that's why, like, one of the reasons why, where I live, it's half an hour from the main city. So you tend to go, well, is that it? And that's like a few songs on the radio. It's like 3 songs on the radio, listen to some chit chat. That's it. It's nothing. Anyway, 700 k's is about a 7-hour drive. Anyway, so he's coming back from a place like that, and he's in the white car, which was an XW Falcon. We called it Lady. But she was a really good car. And I know this because anyway, I wasn't in the car. I was too young, and he was doing like a work thing, I think. And he hit a bung arrow, which it's a sand goanna, right? If you want to know what that is, it's a sand goanna. But in Australia, we call them bung arrows. They're called bung arrows, all right? That's what we call them. Bungarra. That's the name of what this lizard is. But if you Google it, it'll come up as a sand goanna. It is a bungarra. They're the same thing. All right. So moving on, you hit this thing with the car. The car weighs about 2 tons. All right. It's a big, old, heavy car. We're talking a 1969 Ford Falcon. Bang! Smack this bungarra. It's bad, right? Anyway, the thing is like not dead. It's pretty injured. So Dad's like, oh, they'll put it out of its misery. All right. Yes, the tire smacks it on the head as hard as he can. And I know he did, because the tire lever is bent. The tire lever has a bend in it from where he hit this thing. So this is how I found out about it. And I said, anyway, so he drives into town, gets back to Derby, and talks to the Aboriginals or Torquay, and he's like, oh yeah, I hit this bungarra back there. And they're like, oh, where was it? Because they want to eat it. So he's like, oh yeah, it's back there. So anyway, they go back looking for it. Well, it turns out he didn't kill this thing. He knocked it out. He knocked it out. That's how big some of these creatures get here. So a full-grown man, very strong, smacked it on the head as hard as he can. He bent steel bar. He bent a steel bar on its head. It didn't die. So yeah, that's when I always ask Dad, oh, why is the tire lever bent? Like, you know, when you're changing a tire or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, that's the story. So there you go. So that gives you an idea how tough some of these creatures are. We've pretty much hit the end of the time frame. We're at the 1 hour mark, and that's enough of me chit-chatting. Usually I do these for like 45 minutes. Obviously I waffled for a bit at the start, Cat interrupted, blah, whatever. Peace in the Middle East. Peace, because you can. And yeah, if you don't like it, yeah. No, go for it. Anyway, peace out, everyone. Take it easy. Bye.